Hey, Chelsea here and welcome to another video. So today I am finally delivering on my promise to tell you guys about my very first experience with the meal delivery service Purple Carrot. Throughout this video I will be showing you how I prepared each of the meals as well as letting you know of any roadblocks I might have run into along the way. I also would like to note that I am not sponsored by or affiliated with Purple Carrot in any way. So with that being said, let's get into the kitchen. I thought I would start off with an unboxing because I was really interested in seeing how it was all packaged since this is my first meal delivery service I've ever experienced. So when I first opened it up, there was this little booklet with this week's recipes inside, as well as some extra recipes, which I thought was pretty cool. Then as I got into it, I noticed that the main box had what looked like a liner inside, and that's what held all of the packaged food. Here I'm just showing you what everything looks like straight out of the box. The first things I saw were my greens. Then after that, every meal seemed to have its own kit, which was cool. And then a few things were kind of free roaming, like this dressing that I never actually used, and this garlic bulb. So here is an overview of everything I got. After unpacking it all, I did notice that the cold pack underneath had leaked quite a bit, which was kind of a nuisance. So now I'll go on to showing you a quick overview of how I unpackaged and prepared each meal, with the first meal being the rainbow salad. As you can imagine, the thing that took up the most time was prepping the veggies. I also personally like to press my tofu before cooking it, so I allowed some time for that as well. The salad had a blood orange based salad dressing, so when I was prepping the blood orange, I thought the inside looked pretty cool. I also peeled some carrots to make these cool ribbons for the salad. I then put some corn on a pan to brown and also blended up my dressing. Then once I had everything pretty much prepped, I got to work on the tofu. This barbecue sauce was so delicious. And now it's time to combine the salad ingredients in a large bowl. I tried to hand toss the dressing into the salad, but as you can imagine, that wound up being a bit of a mess. And then I got impatient and didn't film me putting together our bowls, but here was the finished product. Now, one thing that kind of bothered me throughout this entire process, and I'm sure it was also my fault as well, is that the recipes were a little bit hard to follow at times. For instance, the rainbow salad said that I should have Arcadian greens in the ingredients list, but I only had the spinach and the romaine. The spinach didn't seem like enough to me for two decent-sized meals, so I decided to use the romaine lettuce, which actually was meant for the following recipe. The second recipe that we made were the Taiwanese tofu lettuce cups. I was obviously super bummed that I had used the romaine lettuce for the salad, so yes, I had to go out and buy more romaine. Oh well. The first thing was to start the rice, and then I prepped the veggies. For the video, I skipped me trying to brown the tofu because in the end, I got impatient and didn't really care all that much if my tofu was necessarily browned. So here you're seeing me prepare the sauce that now I will add the tofu to. Now we're ready to assemble the lettuce cups. I kind of felt the same about these lettuce cups as I did the salad, where I wasn't sure if just these lettuce wraps would satisfy me, but this meal made quite a lot of the filling, and I was able to have a really decent serving and even be able to take some for lunch the next day. For the final meal, we had the sweet sesame tempeh. I've actually never prepared tempeh at home before, so I was really excited to make this one. So here are all the items as they came out of their little kit. Now it's time to prep the veggies, which actually only consisted of the snow peas this time, which was nice. Now I'm crumbling the tempeh into my pan, which actually was quite difficult, so it took me a minute to get it all crumbled. Now I'm making the sweet sesame sauce that will go onto the tempeh. But then I somehow misunderstood the recipe and decided I'd put the peanut sauce on the tempeh instead, which was meant to go over the finished product. I swear I could not cook while hungry, guys. So then that sauce was too thick and I watered it down some to be able to incorporate it. Now it is time for assembly. This is when I noticed my sauce mix up and decided I'd just go ahead and dump on the sauce that was meant for the tempeh. Then I topped all of that with the peanuts and the tempeh. This meal was super yummy, and it was fun having my first experience making tempeh at home. Overall, my first purple carrot experience went really well, and I definitely devoured each and every single bite of all of my meals. The instructions were fairly easy to follow, except for the few mistakes that I made, probably because I was trying to cook while I was hangry. Although the one thing that might have been their fault was the mix-up with the greens in the rainbow salad. There definitely wasn't any Arcadian greens, and the spinach didn't seem to be nearly enough to make for the entire meal. Speaking of the spinach, I did actually notice when I was first unpacking the box that the spinach bag had a tear in it. Now, I guess I wouldn't have minded too much about that, but if you recall earlier on in the video, I did also say that the cold pack that was included in the box also had leaked. So essentially, I was afraid that the chemicals from the cold pack had gotten onto my spinach, and that kind of worried me a little bit. Obviously, I made sure to rinse off and wash my spinach really well, but it was really frustrating to have to deal with that in the first place. I'd say one of the biggest issues that I had was all of the plastic that was being used in their packaging. Now, I don't understand the logistics of packaging materials and if it would make their prices soar even higher if they acquired more eco-friendly packaging, but I would really appreciate it if they did address this issue and try to minimize their plastic use in some way. One thing I do try to do at home myself is try to recycle as much plastic as I possibly can, as long as it is clean and dry. I've noticed a lot more stores adopting those plastic recycle bins like Target and Publix, and I know that it's probably meant for plastic grocery bags, but why not try to recycle any clean, dry, other plastic bags as well in those bins? I know one of the other things that people seem to be concerned about when it comes to purple carrot is how expensive they are, which I do tend to agree. I guess the thing to keep in mind is that you're not just paying for the food and the recipes that you are receiving, but you're also paying for the convenience of the meal delivery service itself. You're not only cutting down on time spent meal planning and grocery shopping, but you're also being given the exact measurement of ingredients that you need to make that recipe, which really helps to minimize food waste. That is definitely one thing that I struggle with in my day-to-day life, is having to go out and buy the regular sized item, use a little bit in a couple of recipes, and then it expires before I'm able to finish it, and then I have to throw it out. And I feel super guilty when I have to do that. So I really actually get excited about that aspect of meal delivery service, because they literally only give you as much as you need for that recipe, and there's nothing to waste. In conclusion, if you've never tried purple carrot before, I do think that you should give it a shot. I will leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out. And if this is your very first purple carrot box, you will receive $20 off of your first box, and that is for anyone. This is not a special link or anything. Everyone can receive $20 off from their first box, which is what I actually did for my box. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who you think might be considering Purple Carrot or any meal delivery service, because I think that a lot of these things that I mentioned in this video might apply to other meal delivery services as well. And please comment down below if you are considering Purple Carrot and if this video helped you at all, or if you have any other questions about it, just let me know. And also please subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Unpacking the box that the spinach, you can't see this, can you? I hope not, because okay. Totally didn't mean to press record.